Okay.
Hold on.
You look too good right now.
Girl, you look too good. Oh. Wait.
Good.
No, wait. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's our intro.
We got the tea for you. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Here's the Truth.
What'd you say?
I forgot it. You might not want to hear it, but we got to tell you.
Yeah, so let's do that again.
Okay. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Here's the Truth. You might not want to hear it, but we got to tell you.
Ooh, I like that. I love that.
All right. If you guys are new here, my name's Bella.
I'm Lillian.
And we are both freshmen
at Lipscomb University.
D1 collegiate athletes. Mm-hmm. So let's get right into it.
What do you have for us today?
I really want to mix it up on you only because I kind of told you the
you're putting a spotlight on me right now.
But
I can't be put on the spot. Like, I really can't handle that kind of stuff. I have to be mentally prepared. Okay. Well, we talked about this yesterday.
All right, let's just talk about, first thing I want to dive right into because the spiritual aspect of this is very important.
Right.
What do you think your favorite Bible verse is?
I knew you were going to ask me that question, and it's pretty basic, but I am a person that loves hard. And so anything that has love in a verse, I love it. So 1 Corinthians 13:12.
Love is not. What's it? Love is not.
I know I should know this like by heart, but like when you put it on the spot, I cannot
in the weddings. In weddings. Okay. Mine's actually tattooed on me. It's my first tattoo. I got it for my birthday, and I really like it. It's Matthew 28:19. And it says, "Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, blessing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit." Mm-hmm. And the reason I like that is because I feel like going on missions has always been something that has been put on my heart and something I've always desired to do. A missionary doesn't technically mean like going to other countries or traveling the world. A missionary can be anywhere, any place, as long as you're spreading the gospel. Mm-hmm. And I love it. And I love the concept of the verse because it's so simple but so heavy. Mm-hmm. Like, it's our mission as Christians.
That was your first tattoo?
Yeah. And I want to get another one.
Do you have any other ones?
No. I want to get a cross behind my ear, although that sounds kind of like,
but if it means something to you,
cliche.
Do it.
Well, I kind of like the way it looks.
Okay. Well, let's just think about that one for a minute then.
I'll think about that one a little longer.
Bella, I need help.
Guys, this is not her favorite verse, if you couldn't tell.
No, I swear it is. I love it. Everyone asks me, and I'm like, 1 Corinthians 13:12. I literally have it in my Gmail. It's Lillian Brands 13:12.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So something I have highlighted on here is the concept of peer pressure. That's something that I think a lot of kids our age, or a lot of adults even.
Okay, I've probably struggled with peer pressure. I learned at a young age, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. By the end of the day, you're pleasing yourself. You're taking care of your own body. Like, you don't need to take the stuff that people are telling you to take. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to high school, you think it's a new cool thing to do. And I've learned since middle school that, where is it? She found it, y'all.
13:12?
No. See, I can't find it. I don't know why it's not in here.
Well, maybe your Bible's a little different.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's not like a Bible.
No, it is the Holy Bible.
Oh.
So I don't know. 1 Corinthians 13:12, y'all tell me what it is.
Comment.
That's your goal. Comment below.
Tell her what her favorite Bible verse is. But no, I think peer pressure is so dangerous.
Can I hold this?
But sometimes it can be a little fun, peer pressure. And I think that's something we forget about because
like
the reason
jumping off a cliff at the lake, maybe.
But even like what are the odds you go and jump in the fountain? Okay. And you do what are the odds and it's fun.
I was thinking like
you're thinking drugs, alcohol, sex.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Okay, so you have a clean mind right now. Let me just get back to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dial back in, lock in.
I'm locking back in.
I just think the concept of peer pressure, it's so dangerous, but it can also be so fun and exhilarating, and I think that's why it pressures us so much.
It could push you to your limits.
Yeah.
I think if you do one thing that you're like outside of your comfort box and then you end up doing it, it could change the rest of your life in a good way. Yeah,
and I think getting outside, the only way you're going to grow is getting outside your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And I think when you place yourself in situations that you're outside your comfort zone, obviously to a certain extent. Yeah. But that's going to make you grow.
I think staying in your comfort zone, A, it makes you lazy, and B, it causes a lot of boredom. And you being bored, that means
boredom's dangerous.
Boredom means you have a weak mind.
Bored people bore people.
Wow.
You like that?
See, it's like how we were talking about the last podcast. It's like whoever's fun and just talkative, you want to follow them. They have good energy, you know?
Yeah, energy's important.
Like with you, I'm like, okay, she really impacted my day today. Like, I want to hang out with her again. With other people, I'm like, all you did was talk about people, and all you did was just like,
dude, I hate that.
like for 30 minutes about something random. Like, you're going to forget in the next year.
When anyone's conversation starters are talking bad about people,
Yes.
it's the biggest, like, okay, I don't even want to be around
Yeah.
you.
And it's just
I
like,
get gossip.
like right when I hear like 3 seconds of it, okay, you know how body language is so important to me. So whenever I look at you and any person I'm talking to, I immediately look how their body language is towards me. So I've learned that if their feet, and this could be like something so random, but I read it in a book and I'm like, that's it. Okay. So if their feet is directed towards you, they're interested. They want to keep talking to you in the conversation. If their body is looking the other way and just like, and they're giving you like short responses back,
Yeah, they're not interested.
let them go. Go find someone that like wants to talk to you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. You pick up on body language.
Yeah.
But I think, like, people's energies and, like, I just don't want to be around people that, and I'm not saying, like, I'm not one to gossip, because
Yeah.
I've definitely, like,
Yeah.
been, like, gossiped
You know
before.
okay, listen, I know it's a sin to gossip, and you know it's a sin to sleep past the sunrise. Like, it's a sin. I swear I saw it. I mean, it was on TikTok, but there was a Bible verse on the video that showed sunrise.
I went to bed at 11:30 last night. Does that mean I sinned?
No, it just means like, no, sunrise. Like, you have to wake up at like
5:30,
6 a.m.
Well, this morning I woke up at sunrise for weights.
Good.
So. And last podcast I woke up at sunrise too.
Okay, so you're doing good.
So right now I'm like,
Now, what
2
about
for
Wednesday?
2.
How are you Wednesday?
I woke up at like 8:30.
Okay.
But back to people's like gossip, like it's so.
Oh, sorry.
Whoa, Lillian's having a hard time.
Shaking the
over
table.
it. It's a hard thing to grasp on, especially becoming self-aware, and this has happened to me before. But being a part of groups that gossip, having the self-awareness to say, what are we doing?
I start getting
This is
insecure
the only way we're
about,
having
are they
fun.
talking about me when I'm not over
Oh,
there?
if they're talking about people to you, they're talking bad about you too.
Isn't
That's
that
100%.
like, what?
If a person's talking gossip to you,
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times they're
And especially
turning
about
around
their
and
friend,
saying something.
like a close friend.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times they're turning around and talking about you too.
Wow.
Isn't that a scary concept?
That is very scary.
And just to think, and like that's why when they ask that question, would you rather read people's minds or would you rather? What's it? They always ask it. It's like, would you rather have the ability to read people's minds or would you rather be invisible? I would say invisible every single time. I don't even want to hear people talk about me.
Yeah.
Because it's only going to bring me down.
Yeah.
So why do I want to hear that?
Yeah, and you being invisible is just showing that like you're comfortable in your own skin. You don't have to
Yeah.
have anyone else around you.
Jumping into something that kind of relates to that is change
Yeah.
and how vulnerable change is.
Oh,
And change is scary.
change is so scary. I think there's some pros and cons. It's scary, like the changing part. Going into college, I was so excited for the new change. The 5 months before, I was so excited to be like, I can't wait for my new chapter. Track, same thing. I was just so excited to like go a step up. Now with people, and there's change in my life with the people around me, I can't do it. Like I freak out. Like
So
I can't let go.
settings you're fine, but
Yeah.
it's the people that you don't want to change.
Right. Which
Wow.
is not good.
Yeah.
Not
I
good at
mean,
all.
that comes with attachment to your
Mhm.
people. You
Mhm.
know, you love your people. And, like, for instance, like, when I had to leave my family, and for some background, like, my family is
Yeah.
everything to me.
Right.
Like, my sisters
Mhm.
back home, Talia and Tori, like,
Yeah.
my best friends.
Yeah.
I can't emphasize
Mm-mm.
on it enough.
Every time I think about my brothers, I literally tear up. Like how
Yeah.
they're growing up, and how I'm missing 4 years of their life when I'm not in that house.
Yeah.
And I come back home, they're changed, even the slightest.
Yeah, I
And I'm
mean,
like,
it was
wow.
hard for me to, like, well, especially when, like, my older sister left for school,
Yeah.
us three got super close. And it was hard for me because it was hard for me to think about not being in the, like, trio, we called it,
Mhm.
anymore. And thinking, how close are they going to get when I'm gone?
Right.
And what am I going to be left out on?
Before you left for college, so it was in the summertime at the time, were you around your family every single day, or were you kind of distancing yourself?
Well, I think I actually did a really good balance of friends and family, but like my sisters will hang out with my friends. I was talking to one of my friends, Bailey. And they were talking about how they're all going to the beach. And I was like, oh, that's cool, whatever.
Was this during your birthday?
It was near it, I think.
Yeah, I remember this conversation.
Maybe. Tori snaps me.
Yeah.
And I have them pinned on Snap so that like I respond because I'm just bad at it.
Yeah.
And she snaps me and I open it and it's her at the beach. And I check her location because we have our locations on for each other.
Yeah.
And she's with all the high school kids.
What?
And I'm like, why are you there right now?
Yeah.
Like, you're in 8th grade. That's so weird. But like, that just shows like how often like it was normal for them to hang out with me.
I was hanging out with seniors when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
It's just a normal thing to do now.
Yeah.
But looking back, I'm like, what was I doing hanging out with that age group?
Yeah. Then it became so fun. And so when I left, the change of that was, oh my gosh.
For me, it was the opposite. I was making plans with my friends every single day
To
and not
that.
being around my family.
Yeah.
I think I was so fixated on, like, if I don't be around them now, I'll be ready by the time I get to college.
Yeah.
Because my family, my mom is my best friend. Like, I love that woman so much. So I was thinking, like,
Shout out MK.
yeah, if you walk away now, Lillian, so this is like 2 months of like hanging out with your friends, going out, you know what I mean? I was like, let me get used to this now so when I get to college, I won't feel any fear of missing them, you know?
Yeah.
Scary.
No, yeah. I mean, especially like, I feel it's probably different with brothers than it is sisters. Because sisters,
but they
are a lot
wanted to
more
hang out with
emotional.
me. They wanted to be like, Lillian, let me come. And then when I wouldn't invite them, they're like, what the heck? And they wouldn't talk to me for like a couple hours, which is totally fine because I was out. So I didn't even think about it until I got home. Every time I got home and walked that door, I could just tell by their face they were starting to get more distance and distance. So every day just got
they
worse
missed
and
you.
worse. They
were missing you before you'd even left.
Yeah.
Like they were
That's
like,
what they said.
Lillian.
They said when you're in the house, we don't even feel like you're in the house anymore.
Yeah.
That crushes someone's heart.
Yeah. I mean, there was a tough conversation that I had with Talia, Tori, and my mom and say, like, they were like, you're not hanging out with us enough.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? And they're like, without friends, hanging out with us. And I'm like, whatever. And I got so mad. And then I realized, like, they're right. And I just thought to myself, I'll always have them. Like, I'm not always going to have these friends. And the reality is, you could also not always have your sibling. You never know. Knock on wood, of course.
Yeah.
But you never know what's going to happen.
You never know.
Ever.
You never know.
Like,
it's scary.
You know,
it's so scary.
It's so scary. And realizing that the change was going to make me grow so much, but it also makes me miss home so much.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I would miss it that much.
And with you saying you never know, why are we so fixated on, like, who we hang out with, what we do on the weekend, when God's not promising tomorrow? And we're not putting all our
marbles in there.
Yes.
Yeah. That's crazy. I never did think, like, to hear you say that makes me think, like, I'm planning what I'm doing Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
I'm planning on a trip in 2 months. You're planning on a trip in 2 months.
Yeah.
I have not had a conversation with God in about 2 days.
About tomorrow. About the rest of today.
The rest of today. I didn't wake up say, Lord, thank you for letting me wake up today.
That's gratitude. And that's something that I've tried really hard on. So do you journal?
Okay. Let's talk about this, okay?
Okay.
Making a love letter to yourself.
Okay.
Okay. My mom always told me, Lillian, write down your emotions. Write down about your whole day. You'll feel so much better, okay? I didn't listen to her for about like 2 or 3 weeks. She kept asking me, I'm like, Mom, I'm not doing this for you. She's like, Lillian, I'm not asking you to do this for me. I'm asking you to do yourself. I didn't gasp for that, okay? I went in my room one day after like a long day, and it was just one of the hardest days I had in the summertime. Wrote down 2 hours of journaling. 2 hours.
Therapeutic. That's so therapeutic.
Some things I was writing down, I didn't even know I was thinking. I didn't know I was feeling those emotions, so I was just writing them down. And that's whenever I feel the closest with God, whenever I'm writing down in my journal. So you need to write love letters to yourself.
It's my way of, like, really talking to the Lord.
It's crazy.
Like,
that and worshiping, to me,
yeah,
is the one I feel connected with.
Yeah, and I think when you write down what you're feeling, like, it puts it into, like, motion of how you're actually feeling. And I would just write everything I'm feeling. And something I try to do to sound more intentional would be to write what I'm grateful for that day. And I think that the importance of that is being specific, not necessarily saying, I'm grateful for
my friend.
And yeah, Lord, I'm thankful for the air that you're breathing into my lungs. I'm thankful for the relationships I have with my friends. I'm thankful for 2 parents that love me unconditionally. I'm thankful for
your built-in best friends.
Oh my gosh, that type of stuff. Because you know those things where they say, if you didn't, like, what would you have tomorrow if you thanked God today? If you only thanked God, what would you have tomorrow?
See, as of right now, the pace I'm going at, nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. And that's going to be 99% of people's answers. So for me, like, I kind of journaled in 3 different sections this semester.
Right.
Where I was saying, what's making me anxious? What am I thankful for? And what somebody or something I could be praying for.
I had $100 to buy a new pair of shoes. My dad drove by this homeless man, and I had everything in me say, Dad, please stop the car.
Yeah.
And he said, what? I said, stop the car. He said, what are you doing? I said, can I please get out and give my money to this man? My dad looked at me like he looked at, like, a ghost.
Yeah.
Like, he would never have thought his, like, 10-year-old daughter would be like, hey, I'm giving $100 to this man that I don't even know. When I did that, it felt so much better than getting a pair of new shoes.
The other day at Chipotle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There was a lady. Oh, yeah. We were there together.
Yes.
Those types of things, like, you just got to listen to the Lord. Like,
you have to.
I was in Chipotle.
Bella looked at me and she was like, Lillian, I'm paying for a meal. I was like, what? And she didn't even, like, respond to me. She just got right up and she was like, hey.
I go, God just told me I need to pay for this lady's meal. I'm leaving.
And she looked
goes,
at her.
What?
No.
And the lady goes, absolutely not. And I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to be funny. I know most kids are going to, trying to make a joke of this. The Lord literally just told me to do this, and I'm being obedient. Let me.
Yeah.
She was like, you pay for mine, and I'll pay for somebody else's later on. And, like, that's the beauty. And she goes, I just came from church.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? This is the thing.
It wasn't even on a Sunday, was it?
No.
No.
You
Nor a
never
Wednesday.
know if you're going to be somebody's answered prayer. Think about that.
Never know.
Think about that. So the Lord telling you that man to give you that $100.
Yeah.
That guy might have been saying, Lord, I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Give me, like,
a little.
Let something happen today that's going to show me you're real.
Yeah.
Boom.
Isn't that insane?
Crazy.
That, to me, it just speaks so many, like, how powerful the Lord is.
Yeah. And you never know, like.
And that's why he uses us to spread the word, but we don't even do crap.
Yeah.
We don't, like.
I mean, that's why I love that verse. Like, go make disciples.
Yeah.
Like, me doing that for that lady only showed who God is more.
Yeah. How to let go and not care.
Let go and not care. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay.
And let's follow that up with rejection.
Okay, that's good. That will line up perfectly.
Yeah.
You want to start? Letting go and not caring?
Dude, I'm terrible. Ugh, letting go. Letting go.
That's...
Oh my gosh. The problem with this is letting go in a positive way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or letting go for your self-worth.
Yeah. Like, sometimes, and this can be people, this can be situations, this can be times in your life, this can be traumatic things that happen. For me, like, I think I would let go pretty quick, but I'd have bitterness, if that makes sense.
It takes me forever to let go of a person or a thing. Forever. I was never attached to, like, stuffed animals, never been.
Yeah.
But I think after the age of 13, it's been friends that I know is not good for me.
Well, I mean,
like, how do you know when to walk away from a man? Like, how do you know when it's not good for you to be there anymore?
I don't know. Like, it's hard. When feelings and morals get involved, that's when things get sticky.
Right.
For me. Because I'm making choices based off of my feelings when I know I should be making them based off of reality.
See, I have so many standards, and then once I'm with that person, they met all the standards, and then the standards start crossing off the list. Not meaning, like, they're doing it all. It means, like, I'm erasing them all.
Yeah.
And then I have 3 standards left. And I'm alone and I'm thinking, what are you doing?
Yeah, like,
what are
Lillian,
you doing?
lock in.
Like,
lock in.
Why are you putting yourself at this standard? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You deserve the world. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be, like, again, laughing.
Yeah.
That is my biggest thing.
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody and they were talking about somebody in their life that was kind of like degrading them, and but they love them.
No.
And I looked at her and I said,
no,
you're a gem.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your worth doesn't come from other people.
No.
Do not settle.
Do not settle.
Whatever you do
not settle.
Don't. Because, and this is something that I've kind of struggled with,
mm-hmm.
is if I were to say, like, to the Lord, send me somebody that's, you know,
I pray about that every day. I pray for my husband every day. I pray for my future kids. I'm like, please make them healthy.
Yeah.
Lord, give me a husband that makes me laugh every day.
Yeah.
Lord, provide for my family.
Yeah. Oh, here's something I've never told you before. Do you want to hear something my family does that I've never heard anybody else do?
Please tell me.
You're going to love this.
Okay.
I know you're going to love it.
Okay, tell me.
So my family does this thing when we're, I think, either 15 or 16. We go out to this dinner with our parents.
Just you, one-on-one.
Okay. Two-on-one.
Two-on-one. Oops.
We go to this nice steakhouse.
Okay.
Whatever steak you want, do whatever. Nice clothes, like fancy. And they bring out this paper. And it's 7 things that you should look for in a man. Does he serve the Lord? Does he love God first?
Wait, I love this.
These are a bunch of things, right?
Are you passing this on to your kids?
Oh my gosh, 100%.
Okay.
And then this is what we did. This is the interesting part.
Okay.
Ready? We go to the mall and we buy a tie, a nice tie.
Okay.
Like a
this
nice
is interesting.
tie.
I'm like confused right now. Okay.
Listen to this. We buy a nice tie.
Huh?
We go home.
All right.
We take this tie. Now in my parents' room, there's pictures of each of us, portraits. Like,
come on, you got to get to the tie part. I'm scared.
And we frame these ties.
Okay. Interesting. Like for everyone to see. Or are they just in a closet?
No, they're in their room.
Okay.
And they're next to our portraits.
Okay.
And it's my parents praying for our husbands every day. And they're going to give it to them when we get married. Isn't that so
Shut up.
neat?
Who thought about that?
My mom.
Okay. I'm not even
And
being dramatic right now.
Dinner.
That just made me like my heart like drop. It's like called, sink to my toes.
Yeah, it's called tie dinner. Yeah. And we go pick out a tie and it's my parents praying for our husbands. And basically when we get married are saying, we've been praying for you since they were 15 years old.
I'm like speechless right now.
Isn't that neat?
Bella, that's amazing.
I know.
Wow.
My tie's pink.
I love that.
It's really nice. Olivia's is navy.
What if they wear it to your wedding?
That's what I was thinking. That was my idea. Because for my wedding, I've thought about it and I really like the gray on pink combo.
Yeah.
But like if it doesn't, and I also like the classic black and white.
Even if he wears it in his pocket, like
something,
still.
Or even if it's there. Yeah. Like just solidifying that like.
Wow.
My parents have been praying for you since however long.
Like God created you for me. That's insane.
Yeah. Like only my husband will ever touch that tie. Isn't that nuts?
That's insane.
And I think I knew you were going to like that. I'm surprised I've never shared that with you.
Why have you never told me that?
I don't know. I don't tell many people about it.
Girl, that's amazing.
Yeah. But, like, the dinner part is probably the most important part because it's a sheet. And it's a laminated sheet.
Kind of like a contract.
And basically saying, these are the 7 things you should look for.
Like, if you bring a guy home, Bella, you better have all these standards down. Because if one of them's not on there, is your dad like, hey, this is not meeting your standards?
That was the thing. They were like, listen, not everyone's going to be able to have 7 of these things equipped.
Yeah. And it is your 15-year-old self making these. But also, it's also very important to your younger self how you feel when you get older.
And another rule we have is they have to ask my dad to date us.
Okay, I love that.
I
love that. A guy friend of mine, he asked my dad to take me to prom.
Same. Prom, homecoming.
That's so respectful. Even it's like no one does it, and it's kind of like, when I heard that, I was like, you did what now? Like, my dad told me. He didn't even tell me. Like, he didn't even want to, like...
That's so sweet.
He didn't even want to, like, try to prove it to me.
Yeah.
Try to say, look, I did this. Like, give me some credit.
Yeah.
Brownie points. I didn't even know he did it for 2 weeks until my dad told me, hey, yeah, he asked me...
If he can go to prom with you.
Insane.
That's a man of gold.
Yeah.
Because, like, my parents have that rule. And even till this day, it's still a rule. So anyone I date, it'll weave them out real quick, though.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it, that's fine. You're not the one for me.
I've
never run into a guy that hasn't done it.
Guys now,
which is awesome, but
they think they could just go past their father and just like have no respect for them.
Yeah, like,
and not saying that I know anyone like that. I'm just saying, guys now, they'd be like, I could go in your house, we could go make out in your bedroom, and I'm leaving.
Yeah,
not even talking to your parents.
Yeah, no, we have no guys upstairs rules too.
Same. I had a boyfriend at the time, and literally the first, like, my mom came in my room. She's like, okay, I don't like this anymore. Y'all need to be in the living room. Y'all need to go outside. This is not what y'all are going to be doing. But it's not. We weren't even in a bed. We were just like, that's probably too much to say on this podcast. But I think just being in a room, just the thought of it.
It's just what happens behind closed doors you don't know.
Right.
It's dangerous. Behind closed doors is dangerous. Mm-hmm. So my parents have that rule. Like, even, like, our guy friends, they know. No one's upstairs. Like,
because you have
everybody
a house full
knows.
of girls.
Yeah.
You never know.
Everyone knows. No upstairs. My sister's boyfriend had to help my dad lift something out of one of the rooms upstairs.
He's like, I got to go upstairs.
And they're like, you're never going back up here again until you're married. Like, whatever. And he was, like, freaking out going up the stairs.
Dude,
He's
your
like,
dad
oh my
is
God.
gold.
Dude, they have so many rules that I hated growing up.
Bella, you're going to appreciate it so much.
I mean, even now I appreciate it because they care. And that shows something. Like, they don't want me, you know, sleeping around or getting with guys that, like, aren't going to be the best for me.
Yeah.
They want a man in my life that's going to lead me.
Okay, I have a question. It's kind of like off topic, but kind of reeling back in. Everyone nowadays are not virgins, okay? When you meet your man and you know he's the one.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. This is so hard. Go ahead.
Okay. And they're not a virgin, but
Yeah.
you are. How do you think about that?
Well, you know the term born again virgin?
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's grace for mistakes. Mm-hmm. I think when you're young, and you're 15, 16, 17,
yeah,
maybe even 18.
I know. And it's
and
your body's going all through all these emotions, hormones. Yeah.
And they're boys.
They're boys.
We mature way faster than they do.
I think it's
and that's
2
the
years
reality.
ahead.
And I think that there's a difference of, let's just say a guy's had sex 5 times in his life.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that things can't change and
Yeah.
people can't change. I'm just saying, like, if that's a standard, like, if that's what's something that's having to be met in their relationships, that's not going to be me.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
I'll never do that. I mean, the Lord's going to reward, and this is going to sound a little bit, like, weird, but if you wait for marriage, the Lord's going to reward you in better sex. I know that sounds
because
gross,
it's intimate. It's just you and him. It's just like,
but the Lord knows that
you
you're
haven't
waiting.
experienced it, and now you're finally doing it. And it's like God gave it for like a gift. He didn't give it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that's important to realize is that people are going to make mistakes, and especially when you're dating in your 20s and people have gone through things, like, there's going to be things that you can't change.
Yeah.
You know, if they've slipped up before,
it's fine.
that's all right.
But if
it's just
you decide to wait again, that's perfect. Like, I could still marry you.
Yeah. But I think the conversations right from the get-go are, I'm not going to be having sex with you.
Yeah.
Like, we are not going to be having sex.
Yeah. Would you say that when you're in the talking stage and bring it up?
Yeah.
Or when you're dating where you'd be like, hey, I'm not doing that?
I could care less if they know about it or not. It's going to weave them out so fast.
I think
if that's what scares you away,
I think if you tell them, I think if you tell them
sad.
instantly, it saves you so much more time rather than going through the talking stage.
Yeah.
Dating, you're 5 weeks into dating, you finally tell them and you're like, I just wasted 3 months.
Well, I mean, most people that know me know that I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So, like, even
Same
before
here.
they're even dating me, they know I'm not going to be having sex with them.
I think
even as friends.
I think it's so cool when I go to my friend's house and there's just like this guy or this random conversation and they bring up like being intimate and they ask me the question like, hey, have you ever had sex? Or like, hey, Lillian, do you want to have sex before you're married? And I'm just like, and my friends answer for me. They're like, no, she's not doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest thing ever.
Dude, have you ever been in a situation where you've changed someone's opinion on sex before marriage?
Yes.
That's like one of the most beautiful things to me.
And they just think about it.
I've had 3 or 4 friends that were like, what? And now they're like, no, I'm waiting for marriage.
That's amazing.
Like,
I think that's so cool.
I love that because it's It's just like so healthy. Like
So healthy.
to say to yourself, that's not what I'm gonna be doing. You know?
Yeah.
And like the fear of rejection goes back to that, because you don't want someone to think of you differently because you're not gonna do what they want you to do to them, or vice versa. And I think rejection's what scares people about that.
Every time you say rejection, my stomach drops. Why is that? I don't know.
I don't know. Why is that?
I have to take like a deep breath.
Why?
And like, how can I make this not sound bad? How do I say that?
That doesn't sound bad.
Okay. Can you say it?
Yeah. Lillian just whispered to me, if you didn't hear it, insert clip.
Guys, I just don't know how to...
She's never experienced a guy not reciprocating the way that she feels.
Right. And it's not... I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to...
Okay, come on. We got to be real. Here's the truth. You might not want to hear it.
That's true. Okay.
You got to tell him.
I don't think I've ever been rejected like, dang, what? That hurt. And I think about it for like...
Months and months.
And months. I've never gone through that with guys, but with like track and events and being rejected into like, hey, you can't go into state this year. That's rejection.
That's the rejection, you mean. Yeah.
But I just haven't felt that.
I mean, yeah. I mean...
But every time you say rejection, my stomach drops.
It's probably because you think about track or something.
I think I've had so much built-in pressure from track. It's...
You don't want to fail.
I don't want to fail.
The concept of failure.
That is the worst fear of my life.
Failing.
Failing people, failing others, failing things.
Yeah. Failure's scary.
I love so hard. If I love you, I will not stop loving you. I will never stop loving you. And let me make that make more sense. Let me make that make sense, okay? If I love you, I put your feelings and emotions before mine any day. Mm-hmm. If you're going through a hard day and you're giving me crap, I take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it kills me on the inside more than I think I know it does until it's built up and I'm like crying after one thing they say to me and I'm like, why am I crying? But then I'm thinking, these are so many familiar feelings that I've been feeling. Mm-hmm. No wonder I can't handle anymore.
Yeah.
No wonder I can't handle anymore. And so whenever I feel it with my friends and then my mom does it to me and she doesn't even know she does it, I have to get up from a table and I have to go step in the bathroom and just take a deep breath. Why is that? Yeah. It's deep.
Here's the truth.
Here's the truth, baby. Like, do you struggle with that?
Do you think it's anxiety? Like,
I don't think it's anxiety. I just think if someone's mad at me, I cannot handle that.
I cry. Like, listen.
Okay.
Confrontation by people, like even like anyone, I just always cry. Whether it's after or during.
Yeah.
I always cry.
All right.
I get so emotional.
Yeah.
I don't know why either. Half the time I am on my period.
Okay. I just think I'm so strong until I'm not. Like, I could fight. I could hear your words for months and months. Mm-hmm. Hey, I don't want to hang out with you today. Bawling my eyes out.
I would cry too, though.
I would never cry.
I know.
Over that 5 months ago. But now
I don't
you say that,
you
and I'm
is the worst
freaking
thing
out.
Ever.
Freaking out. And it's just probably because they're busy and they're just exhausted.
Yeah.
They can't do it. I'm thinking, you don't want to see me?
Yeah.
You don't want to hang out?
Yeah.
What's happening? Like, tell me your feelings. Tell me what's your thought process right now?
Yeah. Question for you.
Okay.
Who's somebody that inspires you so much? Like your biggest inspiration?
Others. It's not one person. It's others.
I like that.
I think everyone in my life has impacted me in different ways. I can't pinpoint it to one person.
Wow. Yeah. I love that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Listen, you know my Nana.
Yeah.
How much I cherish her.
Love her.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. I cherish her so much. Like,
I think grandmothers have such a huge impactful life.
It's something different than a mom. It's something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's something so treasurable. Mm-hmm.
Like, you might not see them every single day, but when you see them, they feel like they've been with you every step of your whole entire life.
Yeah.
I give my grandmother a hug. It's so much different than other hugs.
Oh my god, I would kill for a hug from my Nana right
Oh
now.
my gosh, something about it.
Yeah, I would say she's somebody that if I were to see her on a hard day, she's somebody that's gonna brighten it up.
Yeah.
Now, my inspiration in life would have to be my mom, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever met anybody more committed to the Lord than her.
I love that for you.
Like, more committed to us as her kids.
Yeah.
More committed to my dad. She's just 100% in, always. She's so selfless. She'll put anyone above her. Anyone. And those are traits. And I love traits in people.
Yeah.
And this is a common, like, thing for me. I love traits in people that I lack so much.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, with you, like, I would say I'm, like, a pretty bubbly person.
Yeah.
But you just always are intentional with making people be seen. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's my job. Like, I love it.
You're always making sure, if there was a person in the corner over there, you're on your way to go make sure that they're okay and make them feel included.
I have to.
I suck at that.
I need to.
So I love it. Same thing I said about compassion. Same thing I'm saying about my mom, like, putting others before her. Those are all traits of people that I try to take. And it's something that, like, it just inspires me to keep going.
And my mom's internal gut and, like, not say
Instinct?
Yeah, her instincts. It's insane. God will tell her, hey, Lillian's going through this. She walks in my room. She's like, Lillian, are you going through this? God just told me, like, he just put on my heart. Word for word of what I'm going through. My friends, my best friend, okay, her name's McLean. We love McLean.
Okay, McLean. Hey.
I'm not going to tell, like, what happened exactly, but something happened to her. I think it was her freshman, sophomore year, at a party, okay?
Okay.
That was on a Saturday. That Monday, my mom saw McLean just walking past her car. I think my mom called her dad. I'm pretty sure she did. We love Tab. His name's Tab. She called Tab, and she was like, what happened to McLean? Not knowing anything. And he was like, what? And I don't think he knew at the time. My mom saw her the following day after that. Bella, my best friend, she, trying to, like, go around the story. She fell, and she had, like, a scar on her chin. And McLean got in the car with my mom and talked for, like, an hour of, like, what happened.
Yeah.
How did my mom know that?
Yeah.
My mom speaks God's words into my friends.
Yeah.
They come over. My best friend, Maggie, she'll come over and talk to my mom for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I don't even have to be in the room. My mom's, you could just tell my friends are craving just, like, hearing, like, God's word and just hearing and then let them listen to what she has to say.
Something I really like that your mom made me do when I went to your house was sign our names on the table. Of everyone that visits. I thought that was so neat.
She's so cute.
She's such a homey person that, like,
my dad made that table too.
Yeah.
And that's so cool.
I love that. Yeah.
It just means so much to us, and we can't let go of that table.
I think that's part of the reason is, like, my mom being somebody that's close with all my friends. I think it's the reason that I try to be close with my friends' moms. Because I'm just like, I love moms.
And if you see your friend walk in their room and they're being so rude to their mom, I feel so bad
for
their mom. I try talking to their mom.
My friend and be like, hey.
Yeah, I call them out, and then I go talk to their mom for about 20 minutes to make sure they're okay. That's how intense I want to make
there's been
better.
time when my friend had a game. My best friend had a game. And I just, like, was in the car with her mom, and we went and got Dunkin' Donuts. Like,
it's amazing.
Cash.
So much fun.
You know?
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Here's the Truth, even if you probably don't want to hear it. Is that how you said it in the beginning?
Here's the truth. We got to tell you, but you might not want to hear it.
I love it. That's the new catch line.
That's it?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Okay, we will be back next week. We post at least once or twice a week. You never know. It's kind of spontaneous at this point. You never know. But this is season 1, episode 2. Thank you for signing in with us today.
Here's the truth.
Hope to see you next week.
Here's the truth. We got to tell you, but you might not like it.
Oh. What? Can you do that again? Because I kind of interrupted.
Here's the truth. We got to tell you, but you might not want to hear it.
Ooh. Bye, guys.